Hello and welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. It is time for a deep dive. It's been a little while since we did a deep dive over here on my channel. And so I did what I usually do and I went scrolling through the direct sales news and all of those direct sales news websites, and I found this MLM that I have never heard of before. And this MLM is called Oola. And yes, it means Oola La.
Oola, which comes from Oola La.
It's a word we made up. It comes from Oola La.
But it's not that kind of MLM. Get your head out of the gutter. Okay, but really this MLM is all about life coaching and finding your Oola La and getting your Oola La back in life. It's really bizarre. It is a bizarre ride that we're going on today. I have a ton of information to share with you, so grab your coffee, grab your tea, your wine, your water, your Gatorade, whatever you're drinking, get a snack and get comfy, because here we go. This MLM, Oola, is based off a book series that was written by Dr. Dave Braun and Dr. Troy Amdahl. If you're thinking they must be chiropractors, you're thinking correct. Of course, only a chiropractor is going to start an MLM of this proportion. This isn't the first time that we've seen chiropractors in MLMs, and it certainly is not the last. So we're going to go more into depth on these two specific doctors, but just to give you an idea of what the books are about, that this MLM is essentially based around. So as of right now, there are 3 different categories that they have created these books around. The overall title of the series is Oola, Find Balance in an Unbalanced World. The 3 categories are balance, women, and Christians. So from the research I've done thus far, I have been able to tell from different things that you'll also see when we're going through everything, that these individual doctors that created this lifestyle is, I guess, what we can call it. They are very Christian and they are very faith-based. So I wasn't surprised to see that they had the Oola book series for Christians, but they are not women and they are not doctors for women. They are not OBGYNs. They're nothing of that nature. So them creating a whole entire book series for women and not men is a little strange for me. And then there's the balance, which of course you're going to have the balance series in a life coaching situation, I guess. So essentially, these are the books that these individuals are known for, and this is how everything started. So now let's get into the business side. So at first, I didn't really know what Oola was. I saw an article on the direct sales news website about Oola, and I decided to look it up. So I went to their website, and the first thing you see when you get on their website is a picture of, it looks like a mom and her child. And it just says create a life of balance, growth, and purpose with the Oola Total Rebalancing System. And it has a button to click to start today. So I'm like, okay, is this another health and wellness type situation? Am I going to see supplements, weight loss pills? What is it? But then I scroll down a little more, and the next section is about discovering the 7 key areas of life imbalances. And my mind immediately went, this is a life coaching situation, and that's exactly what it is. So let's talk about the 7 Fs that they claim are often imbalanced in people's lives. So the first F that they have on the website is fitness. And they have like a description of what happens and why you're going to need the whole Oola thing, whether you purchase through a coach, whether you become a coach, whatever it is, this is telling you why you need it. So the description under fitness says, how did our lives get so unhealthy? Obesity, diabetes, and heart disease is on the rise. Stress, anxiety, depression, and mental health disorders are climbing. And worst of all, our kids are suffering too. But it doesn't have to be this way. Countless people have used the Oola to lose weight, feel better, look better, and live better, and you can too. Right off the bat, they're using people's vulnerabilities without any actual experience or training in these things. So we're using stress, anxiety, depression, mental health disorders, suffering kids, like immediately people are like, I want to fix this. So that's something that a lot of MLMs do when whether it's the product that they're shilling or it's their business opportunity that's going to change your life somehow. This is very similar. They're already falling right in line with all other multi-level marketing companies. So of course we can't have a new network marketing company without finance talk. So under the finance, they take advantage of more vulnerabilities of people. Paycheck to paycheck, that's how 63% of households live. Nearly 7 in 10 Americans can't handle a $1,000 crisis, and debt has handcuffed the majority of people from reaching their dreams. Through the Oola framework, you will learn proven tactics to become debt-free, earn extra income, save for emergencies, give more generously, and put together a solid financial plan for your future. Why is this? No. Just no. If you go to a bank and ask to talk to some kind of financial counselor or financial planner, they can help you more than a multi-level marketing company or chiropractors. Their third F is family. 53% of marriages end in divorce. Oh, we're starting off so strong. Toxic relatives, unhealthy boundaries, and even addiction is putting a heavy strain on our families. And regarding our kids, peer pressure seems to get there first. Today's families feel less connected and more discouraged. Oola will teach you how to grow and build the family life that you've always wanted, no matter where you are today. What? Again, this is something for therapy, not for a bullshit quote unquote certified life coach, which we'll also get to in a few minutes. There's so much to unpack here, but this is not the place to go if you're struggling with family issues. Please seek help through a counselor or a therapist or a psychologist, somebody of that nature where they're trained to take on these types of things. The next F is field, and I feel like they just picked this because they needed an F, but it really means your job, your career. Spending a third of our day at a job we hate, building someone else's future instead of our own, missing out on what we're truly passionate about. It's no surprise that 70% of Americans are disillusioned with their careers. Whether you want to be a well-balanced stay-at-home parent, a massive entrepreneur, or both, we have the process to help you build your perfect career path. And what they're talking about is there are 2 ways to join the MLM. Of course, they have to allude to that right in the beginning, or else you wouldn't already be getting conditioned and groomed and brainwashed into joining the MLM after you buy their bullshit. But I'm getting ahead of myself again. Of course, we have faith. There's a unique calling on your life. And while Oola will never tell you what to believe, one thing is true. You can't have a fulfilling life without a higher purpose that only faith will reveal. Like many others, you can use the Oola framework as a stepping stone to grow your faith walk, no matter where you are today, finding peace and assurance along your journey. In my personal opinion, I do not think that faith should be anywhere in this. It shouldn't be a way to pull people in. It shouldn't be a way to attract people who are very strong believers in their religion and they think that like, oh, this MLM, they believe the same thing that I believe, so I have to join it, right? If they're gonna fix everything else. No, therapy, and then your church has a great community also that you don't necessarily have to pay for. I know there are some organizations that do frown upon you not paying, but most churches that I have been to in the past have been very communal and very accepting, and they will help you with these things, and I didn't have to pay. Oh, and now we're finding friends because you know, your MLM community. It's crazy, we know, but all too often, friendships lead to stress. In fact, 80% of people say they endure toxic friendships. But why? Mean girls, jealous coworkers, online bullying, office politics. Those aren't friends, and that's not Oola. A life of less drama. Deep connections and lasting good memories with your friends is a click away. The way that I'm interpreting this is like your friends that you have now that don't join Oola and don't believe in Oola, they're garbage. But everybody that's in Oola, they're going to be your friends for life, and you're going to make memories at our events and our conventions. So come join this friend group, and have better quality friendships. That's such bullshit, because as soon as you leave the MLM, just like I've said in past videos, those people drop you for the most part. And then the last F is fun. In a culture infatuated with busy, what used to bring us happiness somehow got replaced with deadlines, stress, and overwhelm. Good times get kicked down the road so often that we often lose sight of what brings us joy. This is what is all about at the end. This is what, okay, so there's a typo. This is what it's all about at the end. The fun you had and the memories you created with the people you love. It's time to live your best life. Also, you can have fun without an MLM or a course telling you that they're going to teach you how to have fun. That's not how we have fun. I can teach you. If you need help having fun, I can teach you at no fee. I like to have fun. Okay, so those are all the Fs. All of the fucks. I have no Fs left to give for this MLM. While we're on the topic of the 7 Fs, it's worth noting that Oola, about 5 years ago, had a partnership with Young Living. They had a kit of 7 infused oils for each of the Fs, and then they had a few other oils as well. So that's something definitely worth noting, especially since the MLM piece of Oola didn't exist until about 2 years ago. So they were already dabbling in MLMs way before they were even an MLM. They also have this little quiz to get you started and basically get you on their email list so they can keep sending you emails and telling you to join. So of course I took it. But it says free life balance assessment. Take the first step towards creating the life of your dreams with our free 2-minute assessment. Discover what products and programs are perfect for you today. Find a balanced life today. So I took the assessment. I screen recorded it. I'll show some of the questions that they were asking, but it's basically like you rate different things, like how are your relationships, how are your finances, like different things for each of the Fs. But anyway, that's kind of like how they rate where you need to be, and that's how they start to recommend to you the products that they have, which we're going to get into right now. So the things that they sell as far as like products and services go outside of the business opportunity, they do have programs, so online courses, they have physical products, and they have events that they sell tickets to. So the products range from $29 to $347, and they also have what looks like a monthly fee-based thing where you can do the Oola Lifestyle Framework course that they offer. So then they have their line of products / supplements. They only have a handful. There's 6 physical products that they have right now, and those range in price from $34.95 US to $59.95 US. Now I want to comb through the programs and the physical products before we look at the events. First, we'll look at the programs. The first, their what is it? I guess you could call it like their foundational program that they offer is called the Oola Lifestyle Framework. This is supposed to be something to help you live a life of balance, growth, and purpose. When you're out of balance, not growing, and lacking purpose, everything suffers. Fitness, finances, family, field, faith, friendship, and fun, blah, blah, blah. You know things need to change, but you have no idea where to start. Enter the Oola Lifestyle Framework, our customized e-learning platform, digital accountability app, inspiring community, and optional support from a certified Oola life coach, GAG, will guide you through a personalized journey to rebalance your priorities, reignite personal and professional growth, and renew purpose in every area of life. So this very much reminds me of the whole Optavia health coach certification thing, because as you'll see when we go through that piece of it, this is not anything that's accredited. It is just something that these two chiropractors put into motion and put together. It's not an accredited program. You don't get taught on anything in life, but I'm getting ahead of myself. This is just very similar. If you've watched my Optavia videos or any of my Optavia deep dive, you'll know that it's the same in Optavia, that they don't learn the actual things that you're supposed to learn, and they're out here just pretending. They're playing pretend like we did when we were little kids. I'll put the full description on the screen as I'm talking, but I'm not going to read through the whole thing because I'm sure that's not what you came here to do. But what this platform is supposed to do is obviously offer you customized e-learning, like they already said, and then it's supposed to give you accountability and, of course, a supportive community. This is the $47 a month fee that I had just touched on a couple minutes back. So the things that are included for that $47 a month fee is the Design My Life Blueprint, which is, it looks like a course. It says it's self-paced. Breakthrough Experience, one time a month for 12 weeks. Next, you have a personalized path, one time a month personalized coaching. You get a daily tracker, unlimited support from your private inner circle, barf. Bonus, personal development with quarterly summits, all the buzzwords of coaching. Priority access to Oolapalooza annual live event. 30-day money back guarantee. Great. And then, of course, they have a couple of other different payment options where you can pay $47 a month for the monthly subscription. You could do $517 annually, so they give you 1 month free. And then they also have the Oola Lifestyle Framework with coaching, and that's $97 a month. Throwing away. You're throwing that money away. Please, if you've been thinking about joining this or hiring a coach within Oola, please look into therapy or something of that sort. I know that it can be hard at first. For me, it was very hard to admit that I needed to go to therapy. I wanted to go to therapy, but that is a much better option than wasting money on somebody who was not trained to help you with the things that you need help with. So that's my PSA, and we're going to get on with this. Then we have the, I can't. People put initials after their names because they think it makes you look better, but you can Google those initials, and when you find out what they fucking mean, you look like a clown. This individual, who we're actually going to revisit in this deep dive again a little bit down the ways, and in my next video, she's put some letters after her name and they mean nothing to really anything. Her name is Becca Johnson, and she has the MS, so Masters in Science, and then CDMP after her name. MS, her Masters in Science, that's cool. I get it. But her Master's in Science is in Phys Ed. Also, the CDMP is the ProScan. She's certified to give the ProScan surveys and read them and all of that. So those are the surveys that you sometimes get when you go to get a new job. They'll ask you a bunch of questions. You'll have to fill out like that questionnaire, and it tells them what type of personality you are, what types of tasks you're really good at, and things like that. And I believe in those things to an extent. I don't think that a test can tell you who you are, but that's where we're going with this. So Becca Johnson, she put together this course called Who Are You? And it's available within Oola. It says, know you, be you, grow you. Do you really know yourself as well as you think you do? What if what you think you know is wrong? Wow, this just sounds very culty and brainwashy. When you don't know exactly who you are, you'll be left wondering and wandering through life with lackluster results, mediocre relationships, and unfulfilled dreams. This is just like, if you've ever watched a documentary of any sort on cults, this is screaming cult. This program gives you the access to the ProScan survey, the most statistically accurate and dynamic personality survey on the planet. Upon completing the survey, you will receive a detailed, comprehensive report and a personalized course based on your results taught by personality expert Becca Johnson, MS CDMP. So they're going to sell you more courses that you have to purchase based on what this survey tells them. So there's also a section in the course sales page where it tells you about her. And of course, likely written by her, but it's a little biography. And it says Becca Johnson is the founder and CEO of Rooted You, an expert in optimizing personal and professional performance. Becca provides consulting services for corporate leadership teams, educators, employees, CEOs, athletic organizations, and aspiring and established entrepreneurs through virtual and live experiences. As a certified dynametrics program professional, so that's the technical word for she's certified in the ProScan surveys, Becca uses a research-based personality and performance assessment tool, the PDP ProScan, to identify a person's innate strengths of personality and real-time functionality within their current life environments. This is so wordy. The results from the assessment then provide a highly individualized framework for educating, equipping, and empowering her clients with customized personal growth strategies that maximize their professional performance and personal fulfillment. This trademarked process creates mental and emotional breakthroughs that are then linked with specific practical strategies and tactics to launch people from average to elite and surviving to thriving. Oh my God, all the buzzwords. A sought-after speaker and trainer for businesses and groups, Becca also enjoys traveling the globe, teaching and training individuals and teams to dynamically develop and more effectively harness and enhance their unique talents and strengths. She has guided countless individuals and organizations to increased morale, fulfillment, and bottom line results. This is such bullshit. So I did look up Rooted You. I didn't want to get too into it. It does look like another coaching course type of funnel rabbit hole that people fall down. So that is what that is. And this course does cost $347. So it's on the high end of the courses that they sell individually. Here's what's included. You have 17 modules, and they are titled Experience of a Lifetime, Your Personalized Path, The Power of the ProScan, Your Uniqueness, Your Dominance, Your Extroversion, Your Pace, Your Conformity, Your Trait Pairs, Your Logic, Your Energy Style, Your Kinetic Energy Level, Your Communication Style, Your Leadership Style, Your Backup Style, Your Motivators and Demotivators. The Brilliance of You is where you close it out. Again, therapy, journaling, meditating, just spending time thinking in the quiet. That's something that is very hard for me, but it's something that I'm working on because I know that that's what works for me to help me with these specific things. And it's free. So highly recommend finding a different path. Don't fall down the course path or the MLM path to help you do these things. Please, please, please. We'll quickly touch on this one. 23 strong. Think 75 hard, but 23 days instead of 75. And not as intensive, if you've ever heard of that. So when you read the description, it only gives you the description to phase 1. Apparently there's more phases of this. Obviously, that would make sense if you're going through it more than one time, and they want you to keep paying. So they have to make more than one phase. So it says, how many times have you set a goal and failed to complete it? How often do you desire a stronger mindset and more discipline to accomplish tasks? The bad news, you can wish all you want, but that won't help you achieve the life you want to live. The good news, you can grow your mental and physical endurance by combining 3 main elements implemented in the 23 Strong Challenge. By enrolling in phase 1 of this program, your coach, James Lawrence, will guide you every step of the way, whether you complete phase 1 or choose to take on all 7 phases. Oh, so there's 7 phases. And earn the exclusive Iron Cowboy badge. Oh, watch out now. The goal is the same, a stronger mind to build the discipline needed to live life on your terms. So they charge $29 for just this course, and it includes the 23-day program, video trainings, written lessons, study guides, daily challenges, and customized daily action steps. So it's very, very similar to 75 Hard with just a little less to do and a little less stress, I guess you could say. So their next program is called the Miracle Mindset, and this is with Kate Butler, and it costs $65. So this is supposed to give you 21 days to experience daily miracles. Did you know most people are blocking miracles without even knowing it from coming into their life on a daily basis? Sounds like we're manifesting. Just believe it and it'll come true, babe. In just 21 days during the Oola Miracle Mindset program, you will learn how to stop blocking miracles and how to experience daily miracles instead. These simple yet effective and powerful shifts will open you up to an abundance of joy, inner peace, and success in all areas of your life. Life will never be the same after you shift into the miracle mindset. Did you know most people are blocking miracles? Oh, this says it twice. I was going to read it all again. I don't know, another typo. Gotta love it. So when you pay the $65, here's what you get. You have 21 modules. You have waking up, morning rituals, recharge, growing gratitude, reset, breaking free, the 100 stretch, in my favor, wink from the universe, removing roadblocks, cast of characters, react and respond, miracle movers, vision clarity, future visioning, relax into results, celebrate, focus your failure, environment, core brilliance, against all odds. It's all buzzwords, it sounds like, for the names of the modules. It also sounds very manifesty, very just envision the life you want and it'll happen. And we all know that that's not likely. You gotta put in some work and make it happen. It doesn't just happen. You can't just envision the life that you want. It's not a mindset. The next one is my favorite, and that is Oola Body by Design. This course is hosted by Crystal Nielsen, and I no longer watch The Bachelor or The Bachelorette, but I was watching when she was on The Bachelor, and she was one of the quote-unquote villain Bachelor contestants. After seeing her on The Bachelor, I mean, I know editing and everything, they play a role in reality TV, but after seeing her on The Bachelor, I probably wouldn't take a course from her teaching me how to design my body. Oola Body by Design is a 7-week body positive weight management program. It says feel lean, strong, confident, and healthy without feeling like you're dieting ever again. Oola Body by Design is a 7-week body positive weight management program led by coach Crystal Nielsen. This customized step-by-step macro-based program can help get you fast and lasting fitness results while making you feel empowered and capable. So the cost of this program is $197, and what you get is 12 more modules of a course. The first module is the 70-20-10 philosophy. Then we have the custom macro meal plan, then weekly prep, your movement plan, your rest and recovery plan, imprint your success, creating your own leverage, patience and persistence, halfway check-in, shedding emotional weight, grace and grit, and it's a lifestyle. All of this you can find on the interwebs for free 99. Actually, I'm happy to share with you some of these things. I do have a little bit of knowledge. We have the same certifications, me and Miss Crystal Nielsen. So, yeah, she is just trying, she's out here being a grifter, which doesn't surprise me after the way she acted on The Bachelor, trying to make some money, and it's cool. Sure, whatever. But you know, I don't agree with this thing. I just don't agree with it. I also don't like that it feels like they're using her likeness to get a quick cash out. She's also an Oola coach, so there's that. I just don't like it. I don't like it. Poopy caca. Then we've got the Oola Guys giving us a course on the Oola Green Gap, your path to financial freedom. 2 chiropractors just teaching you how to be financially free. Reduce debt, invest in your future, and have fun along the way. The Oola Green Gap program will meet you where you are financially and provide personalized content to help you get started on your path to financial freedom. Oh my, it's so bad, guys. So bad. Years ago, Dr. Troy Amdahl, co-founder of the Oola Lifestyle Framework, developed the Oola Green Gap strategy to dig himself out of $755,000 in debt from student loans, a hefty mortgage, and the loans he took out to start his medical practice. Can we really, I feel like people lump in their mortgage to their debt to make it seem so much worse than it is. A lot of people have a big mortgage. It's not uncommon to hear of a couple $100,000 worth of a mortgage that you're paying off. I don't know. It's just so dumb. How much of that debt is your mortgage? Anyway, that's a tangent that we didn't need to go on. He and his wife didn't want to continually live under the heavy weight of debt, so he developed a unique debt reduction plus steady investing financial strategy you won't read about anywhere else. The Green Gap. It worked so well that Dr. Troy actually retired at age 42 to the lifestyle of his dreams, lifestyle claims, and has created a program outlining each of these financial principles in detail. Reduce debt, invest in your future, and have fun along the way. The Oola Green Gap program will meet you where you are financially and provide personalized content to help get you started on your path to financial freedom. And to get started, you just have to pay them $197. Bullshit. Don't do it. Don't do it. Again, YouTube is a great resource for so many things aside from brain and heart surgery, spine surgery, any surgery really, or practicing the law. You can't go and get your law degree from YouTube. You can learn a lot of things about the law, but you can't do that. Almost everything else you can learn on YouTube. So please just even Dave Ramsey, I don't agree with everything he says, but some of the advice he gives is pretty solid. Okay, so their products, I'm not going to go over them too in depth. I really just wanted to get into depth about the courses that they offer, but I will roll them on the screen so that you can get an idea while I'm talking about them. Like I said, they have a handful of physical products. They are all health and wellness related. They are pretty similar to what we've seen in Awakened, as far as the Rise supplement they have and the Rest supplement they have. They also have an Oola shot, which pretty much looks like a 5-hour energy or something of that nature. They have the other supplements that I'll show on the screen as well for mind, connection, and body. And again, just like any other deep dive I do, I will have all of my resources linked in the description so that if you want to go further down this rabbit hole with me, you can do so. So the Oola Guys put on 2 annual events. The first one is the Oolapalooza, which it looks like anybody can go to. Anybody can buy a ticket. The second is the Oola Life Convention, and that is geared toward anybody who is within the Oola business. So the Oola Life coaches and the Oola distributors, which again, we'll talk about here in a few minutes. So first we're going to look at Oolapalooza. They claim that this event is 50% educational, 50% entertaining, 100% life-changing. Oh my God. The fluff is strong with Oola. This is Oolapalooza. Join us for the Oola event of the year on November 30th and December 1st, 2023 in Nashville, Tennessee. In this 2-day event, you will plan your new year directly with the Oola Seeker, the Oola Guru, and their special and talented guests. Remove the clutter and reveal your purpose with help from the transformational principles of Oola to identify and pursue what really matters. It's so much fluff. It's so much personal development. And there's certain parts of personal development where I can see where it would be beneficial. It makes sense, but this is a lot, and it's very, like I said, it's cult-like. It just doesn't feel like this should be happening. Yeah. So the tickets for this event are ridiculous. Good God. There are four ticket options. The first is the balcony, and that's $777. Why does everything have to end in a 7 for the gurus and the entrepreneur peeps out there? Have we moved past that yet? I feel like people more so look out for the 7s. And if you don't look out for the 7s, there are people in the online space who have taken the advice to market their services or their products or whatever it is with the 7 at the end, and they have continued to do that. And not all of those individuals are inherently bad. It's just that it can be helpful to know that marketing tactic and where they're learning it from, to look out for the gurus who are just trying to make a quick buck. And I very strongly feel that Oola is one of those people to look out for. And they have the 7 at the end of all of their prices. That's just the point I wanted to make. Look out for the 7s. Do your research. So the balcony seat is $777. Again, it's for the 2 days. You, aside from your seat, you get your Oola Design My Life kit, whatever that is, and the perfect workspace to write out your goals. The balcony seating creates an ideal, wow, they're really selling the seat. The balcony seating creates an ideal space to map out your Oola life. Why? Like, what? It's a seat. It's a seat. What? This intimate seating option also comes with a unique benefit. Mentor certified Oola life coaches. Oh, wait till you learn about that. Available nearby to answer your questions and guide you as you plan the life of your dreams. So then you have the floor seats, which are $997. And it looks like the only difference is the seat. They all come with a unique benefit. So what is so unique about it if everybody gets it? It's not unique any longer. So it just says that the chairs are comfortable and blah, blah, blah. And you're on the floor. VIP is $1,447 US. That is you're on the floor, but you're in the center. Oh, and you have a table. You have a table to take all your life-changing notes on. You get to skip the lines with a private meet and greet signing with the Oola Guys. Table seating that's up close and centered to the stage. Access to Oola master coaches in your section to coach you throughout the event, and a comprehensive Oola Design My Life kit. So they get master coaches instead of mentor certified Oola life coaches. And the last ticket option is the VVIP, and that's going to cost you a whopping $1,997. So $2,000 for this one. You are getting the best seats in the house at the front of the stage and forward facing. That's ideal, usually. Also included with your ticket is a private VVIP dinner and meet and greet with the Oola Guys. Oh, you get to eat with them. How special. Special Nashville experience. What does that even mean? What does that mean? What is the special Nashville experience? Are you taking them to go line dancing? Are you going downtown? Are you doing the bicycle bars? What does that even mean? VVIP section coached personally by the Oola Guys throughout the event, and comprehensive Oola Design My Life kit. So you get to be life coached by a couple of chiropractor bro marketers. Sounds amazing. Sign me up. So that's it for the Oolapalooza. There's really not a whole lot of information at all. So I guess you kind of just have to be a member of the cult to really understand, just like it is with ClickFunnels. So then we have the Oola Life Convention, and that is their MLM convention. Join the Oola Guys and fellow Oola ambassadors at the Depot, one of Salt Lake City's most unique and historic music venues, while you dive deep into all things Oola. Throughout this 3-day event, you'll be inspired to take your life to the next level and gain knowledge and clarity to grow your Oola life business. You'll not only learn directly from the Oola Guys through new lessons and never before told stories, but you'll also enjoy exclusive trainings from the Oola corporate team and leaders in the Oola community, as well as be the first to know about new programs and products launching at the event. So it's your typical MLM event. So the tickets go for $127 to $177. General admission is the $127, and that includes the training sessions, announcements, kickoff party, celebration, inspiration, showcasing, blah, blah, blah. But the VIP includes an extra dinner. That's it. It just gets you into the Friday evening farewell dinner. Sounds about right when we're talking about a network marketing, multi-level marketing company. Now let's talk about the very, very toppity top of the pyramid, the Oola Guys and their C-suite. So I went to the About section on the website, and the first thing that comes up is the Our Story portion of things. So let's look at that really quickly. So it says, since the first copy of the original book, Oola, Find Balance in an Unbalanced World, rolled off the presses, the Oola lifestyle has become a literal phenomenon. An organic movement with their science-based nutritional products, sold out live events, custom e-learning programs, best-selling book series, the Oola community has reached countless cities across America and every major city in the world via their 1 million plus fans on social media and committed Oola ambassadors and certified coaches. The co-founders and work-life balance experts, Dr. Dave Braun and Dr. Troy Amdahl, are often found on the road in their vintage VW surf bus, collecting dreams. The Oola bus is currently covered 31 layers in the handwritten dreams from people they have met along their amazing adventure, inspiring those they meet to pursue their dreams and not to settle for ordinary, because extraordinary is within them. They are committed to changing the world with a word, Oola. So bizarre to me. This is, again, I'm left speechless. So the handwritten dreams, let me explain that, because I don't think that we've really explained that piece of it. There's literally so many layers to this onion that we're peeling. A few years back, I think it was a few years back, they were driving around the country in this VW van, but they were touring as the Oola Guys. So people knew who they were. They read the books. They were already following this cult-like community that existed. And they have these stickers, they're little circle stickers, and it's basically like their goals. They write down their goals or their dreams, and these guys put it on the van. It's all very interesting. It's very interesting to see, and again, culty in my opinion. Now about the Oola Guys. The Oola Guys, Dr. Dave and Dr. Troy, are the co-founders and co-authors of Oola. Their mission is to make a positive difference in the lives of 1 billion people in the next 7 years using the power of Oola. This sounds awful. They believe that a more fulfilled and balanced you will make a more balanced family, community, and world. They are passionate about their mission to spread the message of Oola and make a lasting impact on the world. That is so surface level that it makes me a little sick. They want to help 1 billion people in the next 7 years. That's a lot of people. And I feel that many people will catch on to this bro marketing, because if you've never heard or seen them, I'll throw some clips in here so you can experience them in their full, performance, I guess. But they are very, very much bro marketer, like gross. It's just gross.
So let's get this bus across the country and let's collect dreams around the world from people and say, hey, your dreams matter. If it's your fitness dream, if it's a finance dream, whatever, your dreams matter. And we need to go tell people that they're designed by God for greatness and a purpose. You have this amazingness inside of you, and use the Oola framework to pull that out. That's how the bus started.
I'm just talking though. I'm just talking. How much does it cost to put a dream on the bus?
0.
Yeah. So that was the point of that, is events and even books, and even it costs money. So we wanted to create a product that was affordable to anyone. So everyone has access to the same information so they can live a better life.
And how the new product started was exactly that. We have coaching now, and Troy was saying, how are we going to impact 1 billion lives in 7 years? We need a product that's under $50 that can be scaled globally. So anyone in the world who's struggling with balance, growth, purpose, struggling in their marriage, their finances, struggling with their relationships, struggling with their
limiting
weight,
mindset,
all that stuff, they're struggling. They want to find more balance, growth, and purpose. They need a product. So we set out to create a product that could instantly, globally help people find more balance, growth, and purpose.
So he's on his second cup of coffee. So I'm going to slow this down for you guys. There are three phases.
I love the product.
It's affordable. It's $47 a month. There's a 30-day money-back guarantee. You can unsubscribe anytime. So we want this. We know the product works. We've taught this for years, and the price point is ridiculous.
So now that we've familiarized ourselves with these gems that are walking among us, they do deem themselves as international best-selling authors, social media influencers, personal growth experts, and of course the founders of Oola. There's really not a whole lot that you can easily find on these specific individuals or on Oola in general, because Oola is a character in Star Wars. So I'm not a very big Star Wars fan. I've watched some in the past, but as I was searching, I'm like, why is this coming? Like, all I could find is I was weeding through all of the Star Wars stuff to get to the Oola stuff, which is something that very many MLMs do. I mentioned this in a reaction video I did on 3. Body just did it very recently, where they changed their name from Beachbody to Body. So 3 is an MLM, Body is an MLM, Oola is an MLM. And those are just examples of MLMs that use these names that already have a big search base, which makes it harder to really dig up the dirt per se. So I thought that was just kind of worth noting. But from what I did find, Dr. Dave Braun, I found his LinkedIn profile. And his about section, it just says that he's the co-founder of the Oola framework, which is inspired by the Oola book series, and he helps life coaches get leads, get results, and get paid. This is also where I found out they are both chiropractors, because they do not openly say that anywhere within the Oola website or anywhere really that I could find. And I think the reason for that, in my opinion, this is just speculation, this is not known to be true, but in my opinion, I think that's just because they look more credible if they have doctor in front of their name. And there are quite a few people who don't automatically think, well, like, what kind of doctor? Are you a medical doctor? No, they are chiropractors, and that's why they have doctor in front of their name. But anyway, so he went to the University of Northwestern St. Paul and got his doctorate in chiropractic work. For his work experience, it only shows Oola. I don't know if he's ever had another job. It says that he's the co-founder of the Oola Life Coach Network, and that has been for 12 years, and then chief visionary officer for Oola and co-founder of Oola. That's all I really found thus far on Dave Braun. And then for Dr. Troy, he had a little bit more on his LinkedIn, but again, that's all I could really find on him. So under his about, it says 3-time best-selling author, co-founder of Oola, and then co-founder of Oola Life Coaching Network. Under his experience, it also only had the Oola specific things. It looks like they did have Oola Tea, which is something that doesn't exist any longer. And then, of course, he has co-founder, blah-de-blah, 3-time best-selling author, and then more Oola shit. So we've familiarized ourselves with the Oola Guys. Now let's talk about the co-founder, Travis Ogden. He's also in the CEO position as well currently, and his little biography on the website says Travis Ogden has spent the past 8 years of his career leading 2 of the world's largest network marketing companies. His executive level experience with these billion-dollar companies includes positions as CFO, COO, president, and CEO. So what are those companies, you ask? So glad you asked. So I went to Travis's LinkedIn. In 2002, he started his career at a legit corporation. It was a real business. It wasn't a pyramid scheme. And then in 2004, he ended up at an MLM called Zango. He was the VP of Finance and the corporate controller. He was there for 7 years and 5 months. Zango was sold off. They're evidently no longer an MLM, but Isagenix owns Zango now, and their reps are shilling that product now. But anyway, I digress. So like I said, he left there after 7 years in 2012, and he went over to Young Living, where he was the chief financial officer from February of 2012 to September of 2012. At that point, he moved into the chief operating officer position until February of 2016. In February of 2016, he became the president and COO of Isagenix. He held that position until January of 2018 when he took over as CEO until September 2020, at which time he left Isagenix. There is a gap in his work history from September 2020 until June of 2021, where he came on as the co-founder and CEO of Oola Global. So he has been there for about 2 years, and that's about the time that they opened their MLM side of things. So that does make sense that he came on at that time. I am interrupting this intense deep dive to shout out my channel members. We are growing, and I'm so excited to be doing my first members only live very soon. So if you're not in there and you maybe are interested in joining us, the link is right underneath this video or on my channel. I would love to have you, but thank you so much to my current members. I appreciate you so, so much. Let's get back into this deep dive. Now let's move on to Janae Standiford. She is the CFO, the Chief Financial Officer, and she does have a history with our friend Travis. Her biography on the website says, as a CPA with 20 years of business and finance experience, Standiford most recently served as the CFO of a $2 billion per year direct selling company. I wonder what it is. Prior to that, she served in key financial management positions at a top 100 direct selling company and 2 accounting firms. So I pulled up Janae's LinkedIn, and like she said, she did work for 2, they look like legit CPA firms for a little while. She started in 2003, and then she ended up leaving her second firm in 2006. At that point, she went over to Zango, which is where Travis was. She was there for 6 years. She ended up leaving in October of 2012 and moving to Young Living, where again, Travis was. She worked at Young Living for about 5.5 years, and she left in March of 2018. At that point, it looks like she joined another firm in between that time and when she joined over to Oola. There wasn't too much to look into for her. She is the financial person. It's just very interesting to see her timeline and Travis's timeline line up. And I guess that's just something that people do. If they know somebody they've worked with in the past needs a position, sometimes they will help them with that. So that's not too outlandish. It's just very interesting to see them both working at MLMs in general and then at the same MLMs. Then we have our friend Becca Johnson, who gave us a little course a little while back in this deep dive. So Becca Johnson is on staff as the Chief Growth Officer with over 15 years of experience as a small business entrepreneur, direct sales leader, business consultant, and coach for professionals and corporate organizations. Becca Johnson brings a wealth of knowledge, skills, and leadership to Oola. A dynamic, driven, and caring leader, Becca's role will focus on expanding and supporting the success and development of Oola's ambassadors and coaches while also overseeing global sales. So it sounds like she has been in MLMs forever. Now, I did pull up, of course, Becca's LinkedIn, and this is where I found that she had her master's in physical education. I'm not shaming that in any way, but she's not using it and she's still using the initials that go after her name in her job position that is not pertinent to that information at all. So she went to Montana State University, where she got her bachelor's in science in health enhancement, physical education, and health. And then she got her master's in public health education and promotion. So that's cool. But don't use those initials if you're trying to look like you're at a higher standard than you are in your job position, just like our chiropractor friends, the Oola Guys. She did work in physical education up until July of 2020, but she was with Isagenix for that whole time. She was in as... I love that she put like a whole, like, this is legit resume shit. The MLMs, let me tell you, when you put an MLM on your resume at a corporate job, people laugh. So on her LinkedIn, she puts she was an executive consultant for Isagenix full-time, August 2010 to August 2020. So 10 years. It says in the description that she was Woman of the Year, Top 100 earner, six consecutive years, keynote speaker, corporate trainer, actively recruited business associates and built an organization of over 20,000 customers worldwide. That is quite the pyramid she had there. Advisor and supporter for all customer relations. Built an online community of over 20,000 people and spearheaded campaigns via social media to teach, support, and motivate customers. This is fucking hilarious. Mentor to sales associates building businesses in the profession. They're not building businesses. Nope. Strategic planning of goals, programs, and systems to enhance success. Event and workshop facilitator and trainer. Delivered polished and professional presentations to individuals and groups. Keynote speaker and presenter to an audience of over 7,000 people. Chosen as one of the 100 industry professionals to advocate for the Direct Sales Association to Congress in Washington, D.C. Met with state representatives to build belief and champion the profession of direct selling. I just cannot even. Improved processes by simplifying complex systems and providing feedback to the corporate management. She really thought she was out here doing the most with Isagenix as a consultant. So then she started Rooted You in January of 2018, and she does still have that business. In November of 2022, she joined Oola as the director of coaching, which she still is, and she's also now, since May of 2023, the chief growth officer. So she helps on the direct selling side, where they bring on associates, and the coaching side, which we're gonna get into the difference between those two things here in a minute. So now that we have covered all of the basics, I guess we can say, of Oola, let's talk about the actual MLM opportunity side. This is the piece where the Oola ambassadors come in, not the life coaches. These are the ambassadors where you don't have to be a life coach certified through Oola at this point, but you can sign up to start selling the courses and the products and promoting all of the other bullshit. So this is actually how I found that Crystal was involved with Oola, because if you go to the opportunity section of the Oola website, she's the first thing you see. And next to her, it says, imagine transforming lives for a living. Again, there's no requirements for this at all. At Oola, we are passionate about personal development and helping our community of people reach their highest potential. If you have a heart for supporting others and want to make a difference in the world, then join our growing network and greater mission. Our development system of programs and products offers an unmatched earning opportunity and the chance to create a dream lifestyle for you and your loved ones. So, pretty generic. All MLMs say the same bullshit. It also says that the Oola business model is revolutionary, I'm sure. A combination of social selling and direct sales, those are to help you scale your business and increase your earning potential. Online, You introduce people to our programs and products, and we handle the rest. Simple. We provide all the training and materials to help build your business. Rewarding. Changing lives for a living is your job. What is more fulfilling than that? Community focused. You are never alone when building a business with Oola. As you can see, the benefits of becoming an Oola ambassador are life-changing. I'm sure. But you probably don't have any experience in doing this. And again, you don't need it. So how are you saying that they can do these things without any kind of training? Let's take a look-see at their comp plan. Okay. Here we go. Exhibit A. I love how they name this Exhibit A. So there's a tier and a rank. So there's 5 different tiers. The first is goal getters, and then business builders, team leaders, global leaders, servant leaders. That is nauseating to even say. And then under that, there's ranks. They each have 3 ranks. Goal getters have silver, double silver, triple silver. Business builders have gold, double gold, and triple gold. Team leaders have platinum, double, triple. Global have diamond, double, triple. And then servant have blue, heart, double, triple. So of course, for each one, you need a specific amount of team members and a specific amount of PV in order to qualify. So I'm not going to go through each individual tier and rank for the sake of time, but I will leave this up for a minute so that you can take a look yourself while I give you some definitions of the things that we're seeing on this compensation plan graph, Exhibit A. So the PV stands for personal volume, and this is the sum of the purchase price paid for products, services, or subscriptions purchased by an ambassador and each member in his or her member pool during the given month for items designated by the company as qualifying volume. For personal purchases by an ambassador, it is limited to 100. I'm understanding that to mean that ambassadors will not earn anything more on their purchases over $100. I could be wrong, but that's what I'm understanding it as. The OV is the organizational volume, and this is the sum of the qualifying volume of each ambassador, their member pool, and their entire ambassador tree, including ambassador's member pool. NG means new generation. In order to hold a rank within the servant leader tier, ambassadors serve their organization by helping at least one person anywhere within their organization rank advance to platinum or higher every 12 months. So that would go for all 3 servant leaders. They have to do that within 12 months or they lose their ranking. So let's talk about the infinity bonus. The infinity bonus pays a percentage on all commissionable volume on level 8 or lower and below the placement genealogy. The infinity bonus pays a percentage on all commissionable volume at level 8 or lower and below the placement genealogy. The starting point for this bonus is the level after the last level bonus that was paid. Due to roll-up, that may be on level 8 or lower, depending on how much, if any, roll-up there is. The percentage that an ambassador receives is based on their paid as title for that period. Ambassadors will not be blocked from receiving their payout by other ambassadors with the same or higher paid as title. Infinity bonus subject to a 2% cap of all company commissionable volume. Wow, that's such a small percentage. The infinity bonus is only 0.25% to 0.5%. They also have leadership reward bonuses that are paid monthly, which is really interesting. So it says in the definitions that the leadership reward bonus is a flat rate cash bonus that is paid as shown in Exhibit A to ambassadors who achieve certain ranks within the compensation plan for the relevant month. It is in addition to all other commissions and bonuses paid and is paid monthly. So these individuals who are at the P1 level, so the team leader platinum level and higher, get a flat rate from $200 all the way up to $30,000 a month. So if somebody is in that servant leaders triple blue heart, the H3, they get $30,000 for every month that they get that rank. And then this is weird. Global leaders triple diamond D3, they get $7,777. That's such a bizarre number. So the tier advancement bonus and the upline bonus are when you advance from one of the 5 rank tiers to another tier. So for example, from the goal getter tier to the business builders tier, you may be eligible to receive one of the tier advancement bonuses set forth in Exhibit A. This bonus differs for each tier and is set forth in Exhibit A. If the tier advancement is achieved within the relevant timeframes set forth in Exhibit A, the bonus paid to the ambassador advancing from one tier to another will be doubled. The double tier advancement bonus is when new ambassadors reach the rank of gold within their first 3 calendar months following their initial month of enrollment. They will receive double the gold tier advancement bonus of $150, totaling $300. Doubled gold tier advancement bonuses are paid along with their monthly commissions. They make this so confusing. All right, let's talk about the difference between members and ambassadors. So they talked about the member pool. I kind of want to make sure we differentiate between the member pool and the ambassadors and make sure that we understand that. So members and ambassadors. So members benefit from the same Oola program as ambassadors, but because they do not make use of the replicated website, back office, and other features available to ambassadors, they are not required to pay the additional $97 annual ambassador fee. No commissions are paid for or based on the ambassador fee. So to be an ambassador, you not only have to pay the $97 fee to sign up, you also have to pay $47 a month to remain a member. So when they're talking about your member pool, they're talking about the people who are paying that $47 a month. But as an ambassador, you're both an ambassador and a member. So from the way it sounds, you have to pay that $47 a month, plus an initial startup fee of $77 for your first month. Jesus, just go to therapy, please. Just go to therapy. So yeah, their compensation plan and bonuses are pretty standard. This is what we see with all MLMs. It's just outrageous that they have to pay $77 their first month as a member, plus $47 every month after that, and then $97 every year to remain an ambassador. I tried to find an income disclosure statement, but unfortunately, they do not have one. I'm not surprised. But on this compensation plan document that I will have linked in the description if you want to look at it in its entirety, it does say that because Oola is a startup company, no quote average or quote normal income data or information is available for Oola Global ambassadors as a whole, and success as an Oola Global ambassador is not guaranteed and will depend on your personal efforts, and Oola is not a quote unquote get rich quick scheme. So if you've ever watched any of my deep dives, you might know that I do like to really weed through the terms and any other things, any other documents that companies have their consultants, ambassadors, whatever you want to call them, sign. And so I wanted to highlight a couple of things that I found. A lot of it was just the same old like MLM standard stuff that we see in the terms and all of those things. But these are a few things that I thought were pretty interesting and worth noting, especially if you are somebody who is looking to potentially join Oola as an ambassador or take their certification program. So in the terms, under number 5, it's titled Independent Contractor Status. And it says ambassadors are independent contractors and not employees, partners, legal representatives, or franchisees of Oola. Ambassadors are solely responsible for paying all expenses they incur, including but not limited to travel, food, lodging, secretarial, office, long distance, telephone, and other business expenses. Ambassadors shall not be treated as Oola employees for federal or state tax purposes. Oola is not responsible for withholding and shall not withhold or deduct FICA or taxes of any kind from ambassadors' compensation. Ambassadors are not entitled to workers' comp or unemployment security benefits of any kind from Oola. So I wanted to point this out because so many times you hear network marketers, MLMers say that they're business owners. And this statement blatantly says that you are not. And you are actually, in fact, a contractor, which in turn has to pay your own taxes and figure all of that out. And you're responsible for all of your expenses and you don't get any kind of benefits. So you are, when you sign up with Oola, you are not an employee, but you're also not a business owner. You're a contracted sales person, just like I've said in so many other videos. This next thing I wanted to point out, because I know that recently in Optavia, there was an individual who actually lost her whole social media account. And I think that could have been prevented if the terms and conditions were actually read. And I know so many of us, like do we really read all the terms and conditions we're handed in our lives? No. But this is something that is pretty standard in a lot of contracts for MLMs these days. And I thought it would be beneficial for somebody who might be watching this video and is thinking of joining Oola or any MLM to know that this is likely in your terms and services when you sign it. Now, this is under number 8 on the terms for Oola, and it says waiver of right of publicity. Ambassadors grant Oola an irrevocable license to reproduce and use their name, photograph, video, personal story, testimonial, and/or likeness in its advertising or promotional materials, including but not limited to use in online forums. Ambassadors waive all claims for remuneration for such use in all rights to inspect or approve all draft, beta, preliminary, and finished material. So this piece, there's another piece to this that I'll read in a second, but this piece specifically is saying that they are able to use you, your social media posts, your stories, your quotes, anything for marketing material for ads without paying you. You are an ad without being paid for being an ad. And they can do this after you leave. So if you're no longer with Oola and you no longer feel those ways about Oola, oh well, because you signed this contract. Also, if you no longer feel those ways and these things are being put out about you, there's a part in the contract that will tell you that you cannot speak negatively or speak out on social media about Oola for, I think it was 12 months that I read. So you have to be very, very careful and make sure that you at the very least skim through the terms that you're signing if and when you do decide to join an MLM, which again, I highly discourage anybody to join an MLM. So this is more on social media accounts, and this is under number 13. This bullet point says, during the term of this agreement and for a period of 12 calendar months thereafter, an ambassador may not use any social media site on which they discuss or promote or have discussed or promoted the Oola business or Oola's products to directly or indirectly solicit anyone for another direct selling or network marketing program. So again, like I said, after 12 months, if you decide to leave Oola and you, for whatever reason, decide to join another MLM, you will have to start an entirely new social media account because you signed this. And then this is another bullet point under that same number 13. It says, if an ambassador creates a business page on any social media site to promote or relates to Oola, its products, or opportunity, the page may not promote or advertise the products or opportunity of any other network marketing business other than Oola and its products. If the ambassador's Oola business is canceled for any reason, or if the ambassador becomes inactive, the ambassador must deactivate the page. So say you decided you were going to start a YouTube channel and you were only going to talk about Oola stuff, and that's all it was about. And you built up a following, or an Instagram that you built up a following, and you like primarily started that for Oola. You put so much time and energy to grow the audience, and you decided to leave Oola. You have to deactivate those accounts. You can't just not use them for 12 months. They go away. And this is very similar to what happened to that person that I mentioned earlier in Optavia. When they left Optavia, they said, we own your account now. And that's essentially what this is saying. And because you signed it, oh, well, too bad. You should have read it. So be aware of this. This is something that is becoming more and more likely to be in the terms when you're signing on with an MLM. So be very, very, very careful, please, please. Under number 14 in the terms, there's a bullet point that says ambassadors shall not use any social media site on which they have mentioned Oola to discuss a social, political, or religious purpose. So it could be something that you want to share on this account. If it has to do with anything religious, any social issues, any political, like anything like that that's controversy, you're going to get in trouble. And this is another thing that's so often overlooked, and another thing that's in so many terms and conditions now. Now, this is something that I always bring up in my deep dives because I didn't know it when I was signing it. And I know so many other ex-MLMers also didn't know when they were signing it. This, again, is typically across the board in all agreements that you sign when it comes to a network marketing company. And this specific waiver is in Oola's arbitration and dispute resolution policy. And under number 4, it says class action waiver. All disputes that arise from or relate to the agreement, that arise from or relate to the Oola business, or that arise from or relate to the relationship between the parties, shall be brought and proceed on an individual basis. The parties waive their rights to pursue any action against the other party and or their respective owners, officers, directors, and agents on a class or consolidated basis. You may opt out of this class action waiver if you wish by submitting written notice to the company of your desire to opt out within 30 days from the date on which you enroll as an ambassador. And then it tells you where to submit your written opt-out notice. Now, like I said, a lot of us, when we're signing terms and conditions and different agreements, we don't read every single word, or there's so much to read that we're just exhausted and we don't comprehend some things that we read. So this is very important to know that if something were to happen within Oola in this case, and there was either a class action lawsuit or some type of lawsuit that came up and you never opted out of this, you cannot do anything about it. You cannot bring this to the court. You can't join a class action lawsuit. You have to bring it to Oola themselves. And you only have 30 days from when you sign on as an ambassador to opt out of this. So it's very important to know that this is something that is on almost all, if not all, MLM contracts at this point. So please be aware of it. All right, that's all of the terms that I had to go over. Now I have just 2 of the FAQs that I wanted to go over. The first one says, classic, is Oola an MLM? Yes and no. Oola started in 2012 as an international best-selling book series that quickly grew into a lifestyle brand, including a clothing line, live events, over 1 million followers, and a global coaching network with coaches in 17 countries and all 50 U.S. states. All of these activities still exist as traditional businesses. In 2021, the Oola Guys committed to positively impacting 1 billion lives over the next 7 years. So they decided to do it with an MLM. They chose to use the power of direct sales to rapidly bring the Oola lifestyle framework to the world and formed Oola Global LLC to do so. You can find more information about the the opportunity and compensation plan by clicking here. So Oola, like I said, has many branches. They have the books, they have the physical product line, they have the courses, they have the life coach certification. They have all the things, and it's annoying. So they, of course, get to skate around the fact that they're an MLM when somebody asks. Okay, so here we find out what is the difference between a customer, an Oola ambassador, and a certified Oola life coach. A customer is a consumer of the Oola products and programs. An Oola ambassador is a partner who shares the exclusive Oola products and programs with others. They have the opportunity to earn income via a direct sales model as they share products and programs. A certified Oola life coach has gone through extensive training to be able to serve as a life coach and is certified by Oola to privately coach people through the Oola lifestyle framework. So annoying. So, like I said, the ambassadors are the basis of the MLM. They don't need to be certified in anything, let alone this BS, in my opinion, of course, life coach certification that Oola offers. And they can just go around giving advice about courses and supplements without having any knowledge. But the Oola Life Coach program is something that I will be going over in part 2 of this when I'm reacting to the Life Coach webinar that I attended. But we still don't go. We still have more to talk about, just a little bit more before we leave. I know this is a super long video, but there was so much to unpack. So before we end part 1, I wanted to show you on the Oola website, there's a place where you can find like Oola coaches, and they all have their own little like description and what they help you do. So I wanted to show you how bad it is. This individual, so her coaching profile, you pull it up and it says, with me as your coach, you will have an accountability partner who knows how busy family life can get and help you push through the hard times so that you are able to reach your goals and start living your dream. Then it says, about me, I'm a mom of 4 kiddos. Oldest one just graduated and is on her own now. The other 3 are 7, 3, and 8 months. I'm passionate about living a healthy lifestyle with our children. Noticing behavioral issues that are stemming from food in grocery stores, we are educated on the chemicals and toxins to steer clear of. We know how to detox our bodies and flood it with more healthy organic produce, and we absolutely love living a life of balance, living our Oola life. Okay, great. That sounds amazing, except it doesn't, because I don't believe in a lot of the greenwashing stuff that's out there. Personal opinions. That's not what we're talking about in this video, though. Just because this person is not certified, she did not have any certifications underneath her profile. Just because you're a mom, and well, I'm not saying that is not a small feat. I am also a mom. It's not easy. And you know how to quote unquote detox your body and what chemicals to stay away from. This does not make you a life coach. That's what I'm trying to get at. This does not qualify you as a life coach just because of those things. That would be like me saying I'm a life coach because I've been through some shit. Like, that doesn't mean that you are a life coach. It just doesn't. It doesn't. There's another one that is Green Gap certified. So every time they finish one of their little courses, they get a little badge. So this individual is Green Gap certified. And they say, with me as your coach, you will receive guidance, encouragement, and support to get you where you want to be in all areas of your life. I am especially passionate about health, emotional well-being, and overcoming trauma. I have worn many hats in my lifetime, but I am most proud of my role as mom and as a registered nurse for 13 years. I am an avid backyard gardener, kayaker, and yarn worker. I have successfully maintained 120 pounds of weight loss, overcome autoimmune issues, and I am always actively working on overcoming past traumas. My goal as a coach is to help people like you do the same. Come as you are. I am ready to support you in reaching your goals with empathy, accountability, and love. I'm pretty sure I don't have to say anything, but I will. Because somebody is a registered nurse and a mom, this does not make them qualified to help anybody through trauma or get over trauma or work through trauma. And this is a problem. This should not even be allowed on their website, but unfortunately, the life coach and business coach world is even more, in my opinion, unregulated than the MLM world is. There's nothing in place saying that this individual can't say that. And there should be, because this can make somebody's trauma 10 times worse. And that's a problem. Okay, one more. This individual is a mentor. She's mentor certified and Green Gap certified. With me as your coach, you will be encouraged and empowered to begin living out loud. I believe you were created by God with greatness and purpose. I can't wait to help you experience vision and clarity as you dream big and take the steps to boldly pursue your best, most beautiful version of you. Wow, what a gift. I get to do this. I'm genuinely over the moon excited and abundantly blessed to be a growth and purpose coach. Each day, I get to spend time helping clients as they work through breakdowns, experience breakthroughs, gain confidence, crush goals, and are emboldened as they uncover dreams and courageously pursue greater purpose. As a longtime interior decorator, I spent years helping clients design beautiful spaces in their homes, and now I get to help them design their most beautiful life. It doesn't get better than this. I look forward to helping you too. What the fuck? So we've taken faith manipulation and intertwined it with interior design being the same as counseling. Wow. With that, I need a break. I'll be back for part 2, and I hope you will be too. Thanks so much for hanging out with me while I talk a bunch of shit, and I will see you in the next one.